Are you tired of job instability? Sick of worrying about layoffs and worrying about if your company's going to go under, leaving you unemployed? What if I told you there was a way to land a stable, well-paying role where it's practically guaranteed job employment for life? I'm talking about working for the federal government. Now, I know what you're thinking. Government jobs are boring, or government jobs are impossible to get without any connections. But here's the truth. I was able to go from making $10 an hour with absolutely no experience to making six figures a year as a government contractor in a very stable role that allowed me to have extreme flexibility. I was able to work remotely, and I was able to even go work overseas and live overseas for free. And I did it without any special connections, no tech experience to get started, and definitely no Ivy League degree. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I did it and how you can do it too. I'll show you the hidden job boards where these jobs are posted at, also what certifications you need to fast track your job search, and how you can stand out in a sea full of applicants so that your application makes it to the top and you get your government job fast. So whether you're fresh out of college, looking for a career change, a military vet, or just somebody who's looking for more job stability, this video is for you. And it all starts with this weird tech sector within the government called Govtech. So what is Govtech? You might hear tech and immediately think, oh, okay, tech is in the dumps right now. I don't want to get into this job industry, but that is the good thing about government technology. This Govtech sector is a sector that is insulated by the government stability. You're able to come into this sector and get very stable jobs with absolutely no experience, and you don't have to worry about mass layoffs because that's just not a thing in the government. Working in the Govtech industry is just being a tech worker that works for the federal government, state or local government, or a government contractor company. So what makes it different from other government roles is that you are a technical worker, and since you're a technical worker, any type of technology in the government sector is typically considered mission critical. So when you're working a mission critical role, if anything ever happens with the government, these mission critical jobs and these mission critical programs must always continue to run. So that gives you even more job stability, because if something happens to the government, everybody is screwed. So by you being a mission critical GovTech worker, you have the utmost level of job security that you can ever have. You're also able to add even more job security by getting a government security clearance. It's even in the name, right? Government security clearance. So what a government security clearance is basically the government saying, hey, we trust you with having access to our classified information, our government secrets, that we want to make sure that if we give you access to it, you won't go and tell the internet, you won't go and start telling all your friends, and that the secrets and information that you have access to is going to be safe. Government security clearances are extremely valuable. Most people that have a government security clearance make on average at least $91,000 per year. So by you working in tech and having a government security clearance, that automatically will put you in the six-figure range in your GovTech career. As you can see, we have tech around us everywhere, and in the government space, it's no different. So you want to put yourself in a position where you're getting paid by the government or a government contractor company that always has guaranteed money coming in. And that's why there are no mass layoffs in this space, because the government is the one that is printing the money, literally, and the government is the one that's paying you. So when you combine working in the government sector, being a technical worker, and having a government security clearance, it literally gets no better than this. And the best thing about it, you don't need any experience to get started. I got into this industry at 16 years old with just one tech certification, and it wasn't some extremely hard tech certification like other people recommend that you might see on the internet. Some people, I see them recommend the OSCP certification, where you have to be a guru hacker, guru penetration tester just to get the certification. No, it's not that difficult. All you need to do is get your CompTIA Security Plus certification, because this certification is a requirement to have root access or administrative access to government systems. So the CompTIA Security Plus will open up so many doors for you. The government's also moving into this new job system called the DoD 8140, and this is basically where job titles will align to different certifications. So if you have specific certifications, it will automatically open up opportunities to specific roles to you. Even if you have no experience, you're able to get into the entry-level roles. So some people go into into entry-level help desk. Some people go into entry-level system administrator roles. I've even seen people go into entry-level cybersecurity roles and entry-level cloud engineer roles. So if you get the right tech certifications that the government actually values, it will put you ahead of the game, and it will help you get your foot in the door with no experience whatsoever. And I didn't know how valuable certifications were to the government when I got the CompTIA A+ certification, but the CompTIA A+ certification is one of those certs that allows you to get help desk jobs. So after getting the CompTIA A+ certification, 1 month later, I landed my first Govtech job, and I was getting paid $10 an hour with no experience whatsoever. I hadn't even graduated high school yet. But if you really want to go after the big money, I highly suggest that you just go straight for the CompTIA Security Plus certification, because this will open up doors for you into system administrator jobs. Maybe you're a military vet and you already have a clearance. You can get your Security Plus and go straight into cybersecurity engineer roles or cybersecurity analyst roles, depending on your background. So the first step of you getting this Sable Govtech job is getting certified. Getting the right tech certifications will open up so many doors for you. Now, after you get the right tech certification, you need to make sure that your resume is right and your LinkedIn is right. If your resume and LinkedIn are not optimized to where recruiters will actually call you back, or where recruiters will actually reach out to you on LinkedIn, then you need to do some work to your resume and your LinkedIn. Now, when it comes to optimizing your resume and your LinkedIn, you're going to want to start looking at some different job descriptions. So when you look at these job descriptions, it will allow you to see what type of skills that they're actually looking for. So once you start tailoring your resume to the skills that recruiters and companies are actually looking to hire you for, that's when you'll actually start to get callbacks from recruiters, and then you'll start to get your interviews. Now, the best place to go to find these jobs is definitely going to be clearancejobs.com. Clearancejobs.com is a great website. They have over 60,000 jobs posted on there, and you can find jobs that are actually sponsoring clearances. A lot of people have no idea that you can do this, but you can find jobs sponsoring clearances on clearancejobs.com. If you just type in the phrase ability to obtain, this will show you jobs that are going to be sponsoring government security clearances. On clearancejobs.com, some of the government agencies will post their postings on there, but if you want to find the majority of the federal government job postings, you need to visit usajobs.gov. When you go into usajobs.gov, this is where you'll find all the federal government jobs. Most of the agencies will post here. Some of the agencies will post directly to their own websites, so always keep that in mind. But for the most part, you'll find almost every single job that you need on usajobs.gov. Once you go into usajobs.gov, you want to start looking for IT jobs that don't require a degree. You might have recently seen it in the news where presidents are proposing to remove degree requirements, but I'm here to break it to you. Degrees have never been required to get an IT job with the federal government. So if you go search 2210 on usajobs.gov, you will see all of the federal government jobs that do not require a degree. So now that you know which job boards to apply to, and you've improved your resume and started to tailor your resume and LinkedIn to the skills that recruiters are looking for, you got to make sure that you're prepared to do well on the technical interviews. The nice thing about the GovTech industry is that the interview rounds don't go on for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds like they do in other tech industries. This industry, they're very straightforward. Typically, the way that the hiring process works is a recruiter will first reach out to you to either have a phone screening call, or they'll send you an email and they'll just literally say, hey, do you have experience in these things? Why are you looking for a job? Why do you want to change jobs now? Do you already have a government clearance? Are you a US citizen? They'll ask you all these questions, and then you just respond back to that email and let them know, what your qualifications are and why you're looking for this job. Once you get past the recruiter, that's when the real interview phases start. And a lot of the times in the GovTech industry, there's typically usually only one interview. So you will have typically a panel interview with the hiring manager, a couple of people from the team that you'll be working on. They'll ask you a few technical questions. They'll ask you a little bit about yourself, and they'll ask you soft skill questions, and they will also ask you some situational questions as well. So make sure you understand and know how to answer these questions by using the STAR method. Now, I'm not going to dive deep into the STAR method and interviewing strategies in this video. I talk much more about that inside of my GovTech 101 course. So if you want want to know about how to prepare the best and do the best on your Govtech interviews, definitely make sure you check it out. The link will be in the description below. When it comes to doing well in your Govtech role and progressing in your career, it's actually not as hard as people think. A lot of people in the government space, they really don't try that hard on the job. They're really just there to show up, come to work, do their job, and go back home. So if you actually go to work and apply effort and really try to stand out, it's very easy to move up in the industry. I was able to go from a level 1 engineer to a level 4 engineer in just 3.5 years, and I just did it by intentionally working towards that goal. So every year I was standing out, I was winning different awards at work, I was always looking for different roles that would progress me in my career, and that's how I was able to get to that level 4 engineer just in 3.5 years. It's also going to be extremely important for you to focus on networking when you get into this career as well, because your network is everything. You never know who you'll need to either reach out to when you're looking for a job or who you need to know when new positions open up. You want to make sure that you stay in touch with your coworkers, stay in touch with people that you might meet at different networking events or conferences, and make sure that you're always keeping these connections genuine, so that way when you actually reach out and maybe ask for help or ask if somebody knows about any roles that are available, they want to help you. So I know a lot of people go into networking and they're not really genuine, so just being genuine will help you stand out. By working in the GovTech space, career development is extremely easy because a lot of the government contractor companies and the federal government, they will pay for your degrees and certifications. Now, I'm not an anti-degree person. I just don't believe that people should go out there and waste $40,000 or $50,000 per year trying to get a degree when you can get your foot in the door in GovTech and let these companies pay for your degrees for you. Even when it comes to your certifications, you don't need to go and get 10 certifications. Just go get 1 or 2 certifications to get your foot in the door, and then allow the companies to continue to get more certifications for you. So those expensive $10,000 SANS certifications, you can literally have a government company pay for it. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to benefits of working in the government space. There are so many benefits. You have a great 401k plan. You're able to get pension. For the federal government, they have something called a thrift savings plan, also known as a TSP. It's extremely flexible. They have very remote hours. They actually believe in work-life balance. So you're able to travel the world. You're able to go and visit different family members, go and visit different countries. You're also able to even go live overseas if you would like to do so, like I did. I lived overseas for 5 years. I lived in Japan, Taiwan, and South Korea while working in GovTech. So you're able to do so many different things working in this industry. And of course, you have the best health benefits out there. So you have the best health benefits, you have the best retirement plans, and you have the best job flexibility and work-life balance. This is the best industry to work in. And right now is the best time to get into this industry because they are trying to fill 500,000 cybersecurity roles. So you want to make sure that you take advantage of this opportunity and start working towards getting into GovTech today. So there you have it. That's exactly how you land a stable, well-paying job with the federal government through GovTech. I've walked you through the basics of understanding what GovTech is, how you can get certified, setting up your LinkedIn and resume, and how you can apply for roles. But I'm sure you have more questions. You might be thinking, Simone, how do I start? How do I stand out in interviews? What if I mess up the application process? What if I say the wrong thing in the interview? I get it. And that's why I made something special for those who are serious about breaking into GovTech and landing that dream government job. It's my GovTech 101 course. It's designed to take you from beginner to landing your first GovTech role. In this course, I deep dive everything that I talked about today, plus so much more. I go more into depth about how to get a government security clearance, what you should do during the clearance process. I also go through what you need to do to stand out in the interview process and how to actually make your resume and tailor it within 5 minutes, how to transition into GovTech, whether you have experience or if you don't have experience, or maybe you're a military vet just looking to get into a stable civilian career, insider tips on acing GovTech interviews, and so much more. The best part, GovTech 101 is available for only $27, a part of my special promotion. If you're ready to fast track your way into a stable, high-paying career in the government space, just click the link below and you'll get instant access to my GovTech 101 course. Thanks for watching. I'll see you inside, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.